Alrighty, we are back. Hello and welcome everyone to the Duel Links Grand Prix single elimination number 29. We are here after the release delay of the newest box in Duel Links, Zillion Thunder. This is going to be one of the first tournaments since the new box has dropped, and the first of two for us today. If you are here and you were unable to join in today's event, there will be another one at 12 p.m. Eastern today. That is the Duel Links Grand Prix. It was delayed to allow for the new box. Yeah, here we are. The tournament has begun. Let us go ahead and find the first matches. We will definitely be looking for anybody playing a new deck. I will advise people to temper expectations. People will not have had much time yet to build out their decks. I expect a couple of ones to kind of auto build themselves. We will definitely be looking to check out any decks that also got a skill buff. But I'm sure we're gonna find something at least. What about the settings for the duel room? If you're making a duel room, all you need to change is recruit, spectator, off. That's the only thing you need to change. Alrighty, we got Hit at the bottom and Thug 90 at the top. We're gonna start things off with a set one pass. Well, okay, that is a great start. Can Hit survive to get into the next turn and play the game? I think we're gonna see right here a perfect example of do we have any interruption to stop the play? That's gonna be the question. Going for the Galatea. Any responders? Rack down, get yoinkin'. Okay. We're still in the game. Hold. Crack down the other selection box exclusive that was denied to us free-to-play players, which means that now the only power 3 trap denied is going to be IDP, which should be next. They're gonna, they're gonna hold that one as long as possible. Well, mind control too, sure. Going for a second copy of Galatea here. That wasn't... Was that lethal? Ah, yes, because we'd send it and get it back, yes. Unlucky. Able to play through the crackdown. Unlucky. We are looking. Well, why do you think you would see blue eyes? That's kind of deckist of you, isn't it? Alrighty, the tables have turned. But Orcust turn 1 30-card deck into Scrap Recycler has not. We're going to be able to full combo here. Did I lose my tour guide yet? No. I still have it. All right, we got some new decks here today. They probably won't. No, they're not going to roll back, Sergeant. What they're going to do is just give gems, take the card away and give gems back in response. Hello, Sean. Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. What were we playing on stream today? I didn't have a chance to actually check. Crusadia, and it's crazy. All right, guys, you heard it here first. Crusadia is the deck to beat. I will definitely have to check out that VOD a little bit later then. What happened with the rollback? So no. Not that a rollback has happened, Tim Scar, but that a rollback may need to, not a rollback, rather people... I don't know if you know, but people were able to buy an additional copy of the Limit 1 bundles because Konami screwed up. And so for anybody who got a second copy of... hold that thought. Ursardic Departure. We're going to discard 1 card, add 2 Ursardic monsters from their deck to the hand. What if Macross but giant bear mechs? Adding a copy of Megantinus and McPolar to hand. Do we have radiation or nah? We're going to activate McPolar by tributing a monster from hand. Tributing the Megabilis. This is going to be able to summon out the McPolar and add a Ursardic monster from deck to hand. It's only some of them. So the tuners are big and chunky, and then the other ones are the small boys. We're gonna add Megapolar. I have a feeling hit maybe. We're activating DD Crow on the Departure, which cannot be used this turn. Summon out the Megatanus. This is going to be able to book the Dingirsu. Oh god, okay, somebody mute Metal Overdrive, please. We're gonna send both of our monsters to the graveyard to bring out the Ursardic Polari. This is gonna be able to activate our 6th spaceship. Now, the big problem is, as you are seeing, we are using up a lot of resources. If we had radiation here, we would have drawn 3 so far. Another synchro summon. We're going to go ahead and pop up to 2 cards on the field. Can't even get lethal. Unlucky. 1 body away from lethal. Right here is where having radiation would have allowed us to... He can steal? No, you need 7 tokens. Atlas, are you available to hold rooms for me? Or are you busy? There's a couple new decks I don't want to lose right now. Stealing the symbol skeleton. This is to ensure that we cannot revive the Dingirsu from the graveyard. Going for the Galatea. Crackdown number 2. Osmo, thank you so much for the follow. Dang it, I'm trying to find... I know I saw a new deck. All right, here we are. Ursardic Big Dipper. We're gonna go ahead and steal the Giga Rays Gandora. Dragon of Destruction. Your monster, your monster, your monster. No, my monster. And game number 2 going to Ursardic. Kim friend, you are correct. However, it should be noted that had Hit opened radiation, they would have won on the second turn. Okay, again, guys, yes. In this situation, the limit 3s obviously helped carry. But please understand that that was the fallback plan, and had we used... If we had had access to radiation, we won there on turn 2. We only didn't win because we didn't open radiation, which, you know, you're not always going to open it, but we opened some of our back row instead, which, guess what? Decks play back row in this game. That said, that is still incredibly funny. Game number 3. What skill is he using? He has not revealed it yet, but it's probably pretty easy to figure out based on the character. 3 games in a row. Opening Scrap Recycler in 30 cards, by the way. We do have the breakdown for today's event. Any other new decks join? Yes. In today's event, we have 9 Odd Eyes, 6 of which are Orcust, 9 Orcust, 1 of which is Gandora, 9 Speedroid, 4 Heroes, 3 of which are the new ones, 4 Rockets, 4 Trickstar, 2 Sofa Cord, then 1 each of Code Talker with new support probably, Crusadia with new support, Goki, Raid Raptor, Resonator, Salamangreat with the new skill, Salamangreat Code Talker, Ursardic with new deck, and Water Xyz with new support. No Necros today, unlucky. Hello, Sand, welcome. We're gonna bring out the Mega Tannis. And we're gonna get Stygian Dirged. Are you kidding me? Well, I was waiting for a response. I mean, to be fair, Stygian Dirge is probably like a Speedroid tech, but it's still kind of rude. We did see him playing Cosmic Cyclone, so there is technically an out, although going for the Nightmare Unicorn. Send in the gadget, targeting the Crackdown. So we have Symbol Skeleton available, Nightmare available. It's all Jover. Are we just playing with our food here? Gonna get sending. Send the Crackdown. Immediately get return or control of the Dingirsu. Technically don't have lethal yet. But I can't imagine we're able to come back from it even if we survive. And of course, we've got another copy of Scrap Recycler. We don't have lethal here, though. But again, 2 cards, I cannot imagine we're able to come back, because we would need to get rid of both the Stygian Dirge and have a play here. And of course, top decking into the Dipper. Which does absolutely nothing here. This would allow us to special summon an Ursardic from our hand. However, we do not have one. And we will get the scoop. Unlucky. Thank you, Hit, for showing us our first taste of Ursardic gameplay without radiation. I think it goes without saying that deck really does live or die based on the ability to open radiation. Ghazal, you need to check in. Let's see if we can find a couple more matches with new decks. How many of the UR is needed in Ursardic? Yeah, 2 to 3. I would very hesitantly, or rather, I would be hesitant to suggest the deck right now. I do not think that it is going to be top tier, but obviously we hope to be proven wrong. Alrighty, activating Allure of Darkness here. Malicious into another copy of Malicious. Drill Dark into our skill, getting a free copy of Polymerization into an Elemental Hero Dystopia. Dystopia, get Burnin'. We're going to activate to make Dystopia slightly bigger and pass the turn. Trickstar Light Stage is going to eat an MST. You will not get searching. Trickstar Candina, searching for a copy of Trickstar Festival. We're going to activate that Festival, generate the 2 tokens into a Trickstar Holly Angel. Holly Angel Trick, get Baboostin, attacking in. It's a mask change. We're going to go for Anki. We're still going to attack in. We're going to get poppin'. Horobane Baboos after protecting ourselves and passing back to you. We're going to go for a draw 2 here. Destiny Effect, returning a Malicious to add a copy of Destiny Hero Plasma. Probably sending the Plasma back here if I had to get guessing. Unless, no. Did we keep it? Yes, we did. We kept it. Plasma get yoinkin', except we've got the Licorice to dodge the yoink. Attacking in, return the Dystopia. Normal summon Trickstar Candina, get negated nerd. Going for another Holly Angel, attacking in. We're forced to mask change here and pass the turn. Attacking in directly for 1400. White Prince, get reducing. Attack in. Add back that copy of Licorice. Licorice going to be able to resummon itself by returning the Lilybell. Lilybell back to the field once again. Lilybell attacking directly. Grab back a copy of Corobane. Attack in. Lethal. Zaga Zaga winning game number 1. Sam Michael, thank you so much for the follow. Kim friend, never assume that from your first couple events. Going for a copy of Dystopia. Dystopia, get burnin'. Malicious, a body on the field. Activate Destiny Effect and pass the turn. Trickstar Festival, generate the tokens. Keep in mind that, like, right here is kind of a bad matchup because you have a pop, but Trickstars tend to be able to protect against a pop. So right there is one weakness. Setting 1, drawing 2 here. Get the Plasma back, which we probably don't need to use here yet. Malicious number 2 to the field. MST hitting the back row. It is a Compulse. We're going to bounce the Anki. Attack 1, Compulse number 2, and pass back to you. Corobane to the field. White Princess, get cracked down in. Able to attack in. Destiny Draw, sending the Plasma, getting a copy of Decider. Into a Nightmare Phoenix, get sendin'. It is an IDP. We're going to go ahead and bring back that Celestial, get Bonetian. Able to take out the White Princess, add back. Oh my. What do we rip into? A Candina or a Festival? Okay. Into a Holly Angel. Gain back some life points, attack in, take out the Nightmare Phoenix. What did we add back with the Decider? We added back plasma? Was there no other targets? There wasn't. Wow. All right, and that's a 2-0 for Zaga. No, Barox, I think that was a pretty good back and forth, all things considered. I mean, yeah, what were you gonna do there? You and your opponent had back and forth. They're a combat trick deck, and your particular deck, Hackney Frog, you need to check in. Aizawa, you need to check in. Alrighty. Let us find another match. Would expendable die be good in D Heroes? You can probably afford to play it. So Jesse the Thug in the future, don't hesitate to call after like 3 to 5 minutes. We're a little more lenient and early on, but yeah, if we'll also take note, and if the same people are constantly slow playing. All right, going for the extra Wonder Hero here. Into a copy of Dystopia. Wonder Driver reset. Dystopia get burning. Activating to boost up our Dystopia and pass the turn. All right, can you deal with Pendulum Call? Tackle Crusader sent to the graveyard. That is a perfect send. We're going to be able to just put that Dystopia face down, and we're probably going to have no interruption here. Unlucky. I will say I do think that people are currently playing Destiny Hero wrong. That's going to be a pen 4. Thank you. No longer muted. Wrong in what sense? Because it really feels like people are literally just playing it like Clock Tower Destiny Heroes, rather than trying to take advantage of like the maliciouses. Because like, for example, we're not seeing any dangerouses to set up liquid soldiers with miracle fusions. We're not seeing any use of the maliciouses to get into like Beatrice or M7. We're just like, it's literally just going for like Dystopia Pass, and I don't know if that's enough. Now, some of that blame can absolutely be put on Konami not depowering some of the better decks in the game right now. If you wanted these decks to be able to compete. But who knows? As with all things, guys, we're literally a couple hours into these decks being played. Only a couple people entered, and most people have no idea what they're doing yet. So let us judge over the next couple days how these decks are. Going for Dystopia once again. Like, I'm kind of not sure what the point of going for Wonder Driver here is. Did we just attempt to pop the scale under Pendulum Call? Okay, well, what are you going to do about that one? That's just a misplay. Dark Angel is obviously a way to play as well. Agreed. Do. Hey, Mr. Wanna Wrestle. Huh?
Let's duel.
Alrighty, we got Jaden at the top and Solomon at the bottom. Red Eye Dice getting us to the clear wing. We have the perfect opener here. Hyper finding off of the top of the Chalice. Into a puzzle. Into a crystal wing. Set Chalice. Do we have another? We have another. Any spice? There were, but if we're keeping it 100, there was only a little bit, which is not to be unexpected from a very early tournament into the box release. And so far, they're getting clapped up. So I think at least 2 of the heroes are out. The Crusadia's out. The Salad is out. The Ursardic and Water Xyz are out. Unfortunately, nobody entered with Necros today. Unfortunately, no. Water Xyz got clapped up. There is a Raid Raptor in. And here we are on regular Clock Tower Prison instead of the new version of Destiny Heroes. Jaden said, you know what? I'm cool. I don't need the new skill. Was the Salad player using a new skill? Yes. Crystal Wing, negate. What is the game plan? Set 1 and pass. Where are the bears? That is a good question, Marco. We had one person enter with them, and they did not draw radiation. That's all you need to know. Damn, even Duel Links can't save Ursardic. Well, I haven't actually double checked to confirm, but I don't believe we got the Ursardic that searches spell traps, which... Are you that worried about Ursardic being, like, good? That kind of seems wild to me, ain't gonna lie. Hello, Naurus. I was under the impression there was. Are there any armed? Where are the armed dragons? So guys, I just want to reiterate, part of the problem is people did not have as much time to toy around with new decks. The new box was supposed to be available at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then they proceeded to have like half a day maintenance. So, is what it is. The last two Ursardic are tied to Drytrons. Oh, is that why? So if we go to the website and look for Ursardic cards that are not in game, I don't think the box is going to have a huge impact, Slow Glow, but there are a couple decks that people just aren't playing yet. You got to give it time, unfortunately. But people like ourselves obviously want, well, one, today's tournament, this is like the normal time we do our tournament. We weren't going to change this one because a new box is out. But obviously tournaments like the one we'll be holding later today that we delayed is to try and give people an opportunity to have new decks ready to go. What are we missing? We're missing the ultimate flagship Ursatron and Ursardic Drytron. So that spell is just... Okay. So obviously we can't use the spell card because it requires you to have a Fafnir on field, which we don't have. And ultimate flagship Ursatron must be special summoned with... Oh, so we literally have everything. Besides... Yeah, okay, somebody said that there was like a spell trap searcher we didn't have. Okay, so they lied. So the archetype does not include a spell trap searcher. Beautiful. Force you to just hard draw the there's a monster searcher that doesn't do anything. I mean, okay, cool, but if the deck lives or dies based on radiation and you don't give them a way to find radiation, what the hell are you doing? The level 7 synchro searches any card. Okay, so you're telling me the card that we have to invest huh? Was our hand just that bad? Ultimate Knight Alpha Ursatron? What is that? And by the way, guys, I'll be back in just a second. I'm finishing off my my meal here. Ultimate Knight Alpha Ursatron. Cannot be normal summon set, must be special summoned by a card effect. Okay. So what card effect? This is... I entered the wrong one. All right, waiting for the next match to start, or game. If you control an Ursardic or Drytron monster other than itself, you can special summon this card from your hand, then add one Ursardic or Drytron spell trap from your deck to your hand. Okay, that's nice, but again, the problem is the fact that you have to expend so many resources to even get to the ability to use that, because, like, realistically speaking, okay, let's say that we had this in game, so you would have to special summon an Ursardic, which is going to cost 1 card, so that's 2 cards. Then you could summon this thing, which is 3 cards, which could then search for your radiation. That's okay. You have 1 card left in hand. You use this and then the other one, in theory, to make your Polari. Draw 1, so you're up to 2 cards. Like, by the time you get to making your plays, you're already like thirsty for resources still.
Let's duel.
This is one of those situations. We have become a gamer. We don't have Ursardic Polar Star. What's that one? Like, this is a situation where you wish they would make skills for non-anime decks, which they've kind of started to do, although they've made them kind of generic, like United Pendulum. A deck like Ursardic is absolutely begging to have a custom skill to make it work. Ursardic Polar Star. Okay. So it's a level 1, cannot be synchro summoned, blah, blah, blah. You contribute 1 level 8 Ursardic monster from your hand or field, and this card special summon a level K, whatever. And it gains this effect. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters special summoned from the extra deck that have a level. So it lets you build a negate. It lets you complete the floodgate with the other Ursardic. Okay. So this is one of those decks that becomes the floodgate. Got it. Alia, Smile Bomb, you need to check in. Mustafa Kamel, Rookie Barber, you need to check in. What deck should be my #1 priority to get in this box? None of them. If you want a real answer, my question would be, do you have Necros? If so, go for Colossus. I think Necros probably has the highest chance of being the best card or best deck, or to be in a deck that is the best performing deck. You would want Colossus and then Preparation of Rites. Assuming that, although obviously, wait to see how the deck does. But Necros has already done well. If you then add on top of that additional hyper consistency and the ability to negate a quick play negate on extra deck monsters, that seems pretty good to me. I mean, obviously don't rush in to get the box yet. Wait to see if the deck can perform. Wait for other guinea pigs. We will probably try playing Necros on the ladder after this tournament, but before the next tournament. We're in for the long haul here, boys. We'll have today's single elimination. Then there will be about a 3-hour break, during which time I'll probably do some ladder gameplay. And then when that finishes, we'll have the full Swiss tournament. Necros needs negate monster. Damn Konami. I mean, I'm not sure I understand what you mean, Kim friend. It's just one of the Necros cards. Going for the Galatea here. Solda's gonna say no. Thimble Skeleton, bring back the Galatea. We really needed this flip down. Unlucky. Go for the long Gearsu here. Get regenerating. Unicorn would have been better though. Well, sure, but what if you... Obviously with Necros, they have shown that they're kind of hesitant to just give full power Necros. Now, we can obviously debate whether that is something they should be afraid of. And in a perfect world, it probably is. Okay, this is kind of crazy. So this is a pretty good comeback play, but obviously Flex is able to survive. So let's see. Wait, did we not have another rank 4 to go into? Rise Falcon. Are we only playing 1 Force Strix? Oh no. We got the Chalice, which is fine, but... Okay, that was actually a pretty good turn. It's just unfortunate. Like, if we had been able... Oh, we almost had it. Wow, we almost had it. Wow. That's a hell of a game, Neo. Get flipping. Still negated. Necros of Unicorn. Remind me again which one that is. You can ritual summon this card, blah, blah, blah. You can discard this card and target a Necros card in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. Negate the effects of face-up monsters. Oh, okay, right. Just the floodgate. Just the floodgate. All right. Can Neo Roxas run it back?
Duel.
People wanting Floodgate. Well, okay, so here's the thing. I mean, obviously this has been a hot button contentious issue recently because of the discussions stemming from Master Duel and the way it's been approaching it. And then obviously you had the most recent one of the German nationals where people were talking talking about like the labyrinth with its deck eradicator, which people call a floodgate, which I don't understand, but whatever, we'll go with that. Point being, there has to be, in theory, a healthy, like, you can't be like no floodgates and you can't be like all floodgates, right? Like, some amount of floodgates have to be okay. Like, you have to allow that play style to exist in some capacity. Obviously, the hope is that a floodgate would be a healthy one, which is it has counterplay, or it only affects a limited number of decks, or there are different power levels to floodgates. People really didn't like, for example, Mech Knights and their ability to get out a searchable skill drain. You could argue that there was counterplay by you could be in different columns. Unfortunately, in Duel Links, the different column part didn't matter because of the fact that you only had the 3 columns, so there was less ability to counterplay, and thus the power of the floodgate went up. So we looked at something like that. That was a bad floodgate. There are obviously floodgates that we tend to be okay with. I would say, for example, that people tend to be okay with floodgates such as Poisonous Winds, because most of the time the decks that it's affecting are not as toxic, or rather, sorry, are more toxic decks, and then it's like you feel okay floodgating that one out. Excuse me? Dark Hole into Scrap Recycler. Bruh. Soul Shave Force into the Satellite Cannon. Unrespondable Board Nuke. And we will get the scoop. Neo Roxas winning game number 2. Question. What about GOAT format or Edison? I don't remember. They had too many floodgates. Edison has floodgates, doesn't it? Yeah, Edison format absolutely has floodgates. You have Royal Oppression, Skill Drain. Don't you have Vanity's Emptiness? Yeah. The difference with Edison format floodgates is that people tend to play outs. You know how in like modern Yu-Gi-Oh, you'll tell people, have you considered playing cards that like blow up the floodgates? And people will be like, well, I have monster effects that do that. and you're like, you realize there's spell traps that do that as well. Well, I can't play those because I gotta play all gas. I gotta be all gas. If I have a spell trap in my hand, that's not summoning more monsters. In something like Edison format, you tend to have more like ability to blow up the back row. Hello, Ilrain. The Magistus synchro that semi-floodgates would have been fine in Duel Links. I agree.
Duel.
DD Crow, get yoinkin'. We have the Apprentice Illusion Magician, able to play the game regardless. Damn, bro. It was like your crow didn't do anything. Do we need Dark Law for heroes to fight? I would hope not. If anything, I am of the firm belief that Duel Links has done a fantastic job of making interesting versions of heroes like meta at different stages of the game. Like, think about the fact that Hero has had a ton of different ways to be played. You had your OTK mask change version. DL Cog makes a video for D Heroes and he's doing the Anki Chalice combo. Sure. But obviously you had mask change heroes, you had wounded heroes, you had favorite duel heroes, you had clock tower heroes, you have now the new heroes with destiny effect. Maybe it'll be good. Like, we've had a bunch of different. Calling favorite duel interesting is certainly something. Well, what's wrong with it? Tell me right now, what is inherently wrong with having a different version of heroes? Like, let's be real here for a second. Worst case scenario, like in the most like the most like toxic way we can describe it, favorite duel heroes is like what your Dark Law heroes is, or your Plasma Dark Law heroes, right? You're trying to build a board that your opponent can't break. Instead of being a go second deck, it is a go first deck, correct? Is that a good analogy about favorite duel? You like to go first, set up your back row, and survive off of it. But isn't that inherently less toxic than like DPE, Dark Law, Plasma Turbo, like as a deck? Or is it a problem specifically because it's back row cards as opposed to Floodgate, Macrocosmo, Pop, etc.? Like, it is a Duel Links' version of that deck, but in a more fair way. I mean, that's kind of the way I look at it. No, it's purely personal PTSD, and that's perfectly fine. We're all allowed to not like certain decks. I don't know why people hate back row so much. So, I mean, it's not wrong to dislike back row. You know, when opponent purple or green card make me lose game, it doesn't always feel good. Any Magistus? Unfortunately not yet. If you type !breakdown, you can see what entered today. We only had a few new decks because it is so still so recent from the release of the box. People don't hate back row, they hate set 3 turn 1. I would say that people like a good balance of, it's fine if you interrupt me if I have enough to potentially still play the game. I think specifically what people hate is I'm going second and I have no extenders. Right? But realistically speaking, is that any different than I play my deck and you build a board of, let's say you have a pop, a negate, a flip down, and 2 hand traps in hand. Like say in like Master Duel or TCG, if I go and your 5 points of interaction stops me from playing the game, I'm gonna feel just as bad as if you monkey, like I summoned monster, you flip me face down, I pass turn. Like, it all comes down to, did you have a chance to actually play the game? If people are being reasonable, they don't mind losing. What they hate is when they lost and never had a chance. People like to think about at least having had a chance. So like for example, modern Duel Links has reached a point where many decks do have the ability. We are threatening lethal here, by the way. Well, maybe not. It depends on what. So we're going to be able to bring back the Dingirsu. If we have a Chalice. Oh, wow. Did we keep a Chalice in hand? Okay. So close. Literally alive because of 3 effects. Is Neo Roxas playing Allure? I don't think we've seen it. Although you could if you wanted. Any D heroes? Yes, there were 4 D heroes. A lot of them lost early though. I think only 1 is still in. Back row also gets more hate because of the 4K format. Passing to 1 set, then getting smacked because 80% of decks can OTK makes people mad. That's also true. Any water running the new support? We had 1 person. Yes. They lost first round, unfortunately. I wouldn't take that necessarily to mean anything, though. I do think the new water support is actually pretty good. It also helps that it's all like low rarity, so if you are interested in it, unless the box absolutely scams you, you should be able to get it relatively easily. I don't even think it's necessarily correct ratios, Crazy D. I think it's correct build. Like, the builds we see people is basically the equivalent of, like, Dystopia Turbo. And we are unfortunately, yep, dead here. Good show, Neo Roxas. That was a hell of a game. You actually did really well. I love watching you on Raid Raptors. You saw someone play Ursartix on stream yesterday. They're not that bad. I remain to be convinced. They seem pretty mid. I think if you like God Hand with them, they're probably pretty good. But I remain unconvinced at the moment. Speedroids are a bad matchup. Yep, and Speedroids are everywhere. Beatrice plus Dangerous is really good for new D hero also. I agree. I think personally the decks from the new box that I expect to actually make their way into the format, at least as far as a rogue deck goes, like let's not talk about necessarily being like absolutely meta. I think it's gonna be Nekroz. I think it's gonna be the new heroes in some capacity. I think it is going to be, you will see more people playing around with Cybers and Salad related strategies, both from the new skill releases and because of stuff like Cybers Gadget, which is actually really good support. You'll probably see more Crusadia because Crusadia Regulix is pretty insane for the Crusadia strategy. I would not be shocked to see way more people experimenting with Crusadia. Regulix was kind of like the one card that the deck was missing to actually kind of do its thing. No faith in Monarch? Probably not, but I would love to be convinced. Dylan Jarrus, Rocket Tracer get poppin'. Going for the Malevolent Sin here. Attack 1. Attack 2. Attack 3. Clearing the board. Like, I said this earlier, and I think it bears repeating. I would really implore Konami, like if they were to ever listen to me, like if I could give them one piece of advice, nothing else, if I could give them one piece of advice, and I'm being serious here when I say it, I would say this advice even over, like, well, okay, obviously make the game more free to play friendly and like have the best crafting you've ever seen would be like number one. But the next piece of advice that I could actually hopefully expect them to do. More, and I don't mean generic skills, but give us anime style skills for non-anime decks that you know are gonna be bad. Look at a deck like Armed Dragon. Look at a deck like Monarchs. Like, whenever they can attribute a deck to a character, they are willing to give that deck support like most of the time. But there are a ton of decks that will not be good until you give them a good skill. Now, imagine that they had given an Ursardic skill. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it was something as literal as like you can do something to get to your radiation. It has a bunch of restrictions. You can only play Ursardic monsters in your deck and extra deck, etc. Imagine you had that. And there goes our hero player. Imagine that you had that. I guarantee you, if you could see radiation like essentially all the time, the deck would be viable. The deck would work. But so far they will not do that because it has to be an anime deck. Now the question might be, well, what do you do? Like, who do you give the skill, for example? One, you could just choose any character that is even remotely like similar to it. You know, I don't know, give Quentin Ursardic because it's in space or something. You could do that. Or you could do like they do in speed duels, where they literally have speed duel skills for like generic NPCs. I'm not going in on Konami. I'm giving my opinion of how you fix certain things. Like if Konami ever sees this, I don't want them to think Solfa got an anime skill. Well, no. I said this earlier, Zyzen, that they have done a couple generic skills that have helped out decks, but they need to do more. And technically it was for Solfa, but it was like, it's also generic and not. We just attribute it to Solfa because Solfa Cord came out at the time, and it's only being used by Solfa Cord right now. It technically can be used with other stuff in the future. But I don't know. There's a lot of decks that I think would work better and would have a chance of actually being meta if they would be willing to do the make a skill to make them good rule. Ursardics can go to the dark signers since their synchro summoning is similar. There you go. There you go. Perfect, Dr. Stupid. We're gonna give it to like Dark Signer Carly or something. Actually, generic NPC skills would be reasons which they might do. They usually give or take stuff from... Yeah, I mean, sure. Hello, IK Fire. Give some random archetype to Grandpa, please. Well, here's the thing, Ilrain. If I was to ever recommend an archetype to give to Grandpa, like in the future, it would be Ancient Warriors. Because in the manga, if I remember correctly, Grandpa has the Ancient deck. Just Ancient. It's like called Ancient. So if you ever wanted to in the future have Ancient Warriors when they get added to the game eventually, give them a character, Give it to friggin' Grandpa Muto. Why not? Who cares? Because he's old? No, because he has a deck called Ancients. Dark Hole just wipe the field. Attack 1, attack 2. Not lethal though. Cannot put lethal on board. Unlucky. Pendulum Summon 1, 2, 3. Going for the Queen de Jin. Bring back the Riser Dragon into a Ragey Dragon. White Princess. Reduce. Yeah. You know what? We've all done it. We've literally all done it.
Duel.
Alrighty. Mayor is going to be going first here. Light stage, add the Corobane. Licorice effect. Gain our life points here. Crimson Heart effect. Draw 2, discard 1. Set 1 and pass the turn. We've got the Cosmic Cyclone. Take out the IDP. Wasn't going to do much here anyways. I was him last week and mastered. That's me. That's my duelist right there. I know him. He represents me. Has enough of that burn, is going to go ahead and take it out. Pen summon 1, 2, and 3. Going for the Shooting Riser. Really? We don't know his situation, I suppose. Get burning. We gonna keep burning. Can summon 1 and 2. Going for the Queen de Jin here. Bring back the Shooting Riser. Into the Ragey Dragon. Get wiping. Festival to keep us protected. And doesn't attack? Are we worried about the Corobane? I mean, you gotta burn through the Corobane eventually, right? Going for the Foxglove. And we're like, nope, I'm out. All right. Well done, Mayor. You spooked your opponent really hard. Understandable. Do, 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 do. Hello, Nalkapoof. Or, excuse me, Nalkoof. No cute bears today. We had one during the first round. And so just so that people do know, the agenda for today is going to be, we're going to finish out the single elimination here. We're then going to take a very short break, and then I will come back. We're going to do some ladder gameplay with the new decks. Then probably around 3 hours after the end of this tournament, there will be a second... No, will it be 3 hours? Yes, 3 hours. There'll be a second tournament, which will be the Duel Links Grand Prix Swiss version. Any new decks from the box in the top 16? Unfortunately, no. So yeah, we're gonna be here for the long haul today. So if at any point you want to come back and either see some ladder gameplay or other another shot at decks in the tournament, just know that we'll be here. Going for the Void Ogre. We're going to be able to clear the board here. So Jaden, if you don't mind me asking, what was your thought process on using the old clock tower? Did you just think that the new skill wasn't worth it? You wanted... I'm not saying it's wrong, obviously. I'm just kind of curious what the thought behind it was. I feel like Destiny effect is trash. Okay. Okay, interesting. Borolo Dragon to the field. We're going to be able to take out the opponent's monster, and we let the flip down go through? Wait, what? Were we worried about a... Okay, that was an incredible read then. Sap Zoldyck winning game number 1. Add the read on the needle ceiling.
Duel.
No, Jaden, you're misreading the skill. It locks you into D hero from the deck, hand, and graveyard. Notably, it does not lock you from the extra deck. So what you can do is use Destiny Hero Dangerous plus a Beatrice to make, or plus a Malicious to make Beatrice. Beatrice, for example, can dump Liquid Soldier to the graveyard, which you can then use Destiny or Miracle Fusion on and the like. Yep, correct, Ilrain. So there are some ways you can use it for more combo-y builds as opposed to merely Dystopia Pass. Stop using Beatrice. She'll get banned before Tritron comes up. What if that's the plan? What if that's the goal? Good guy player base going out of their way to get rid of a problematic card. What are we thinking about? Are D heroes still in? Unfortunately, not in this tournament. Saiyan do be aware though that we do have another tournament today at 12 p.m. Eastern, where you will have another shot at seeing some of those decks potentially enter and do well. So keep that in mind. We are running 2 tournaments today, and then I'm going to run another one on Saturday as well, and I'm thinking we might run one tomorrow as well. Thinking about getting a little froggy with it. Aren't we supposed to get Destiny and Dragoon? It'll probably come eventually. Do I think the D heroes are worthy to get? I think if you already have D heroes, it's relatively inexpensive to get. Because technically speaking, all you really need is to get 1 copy of Dystopia, if I'm not mistaken. Like if you're already a D hero player or a hero player, it doesn't take a lot to turn the deck online for you. But definitely do. Their starter deck is also 500 gems. Well, I mean, if you're talking about as a free-to-play player, that's a different conversation, because then I would probably say no. If you don't already have heroes, we would have to have a conversation about what you're looking for. Because, there could be a path towards it, but you have every heroes, then I would say having another way to play the deck is probably fine. Just wait, like, don't jump in, just hold. Wait to see how it does. Wait to see like what the general consensus on build is, because it might literally be something as simple as you only need a single copy of Dystopia to turn the and Wonder Driver. Wonder Driver, so Jaden, if you're wondering why some builds are playing Wonder Driver, it's to turn Miracle Fusion online. Because remember, to make Sunrise, you need 2 different attribute heroes. All the Destiny heroes are dark, so you either need to somehow get a Liquid into Grave, or you need to make a Wonder Driver. Yoinking the Beatrice. Remember, it's all about playing around. It's all about playing around the skill limitations. You're not sending Miracle Fusion. You're sending Liquid Soldier. Potentially. Or you send a Malicious to have another Malicious play. It depends on where you're at in the game. Or you run a Tackle Crusader for Tackle Crusader interruption. Yeah, also sending Celestial. Any Necros today? Unfortunately, no. Looks like we're gonna go to attempt to pop the Crackdown. Fiendish Chain will negate. How do you know when not to go into a selection box? So if you're wondering why Fiendish Chain, it's because you can pop it with your Rocket Tracer. That's why Fiendish Chain has been being played in Rockets. Realistically speaking, you should always skip out on selection boxes, but for the hardcore whales in the game, they're gonna if they want to like compete, they're gonna go for it. If you don't want to do that, which is probably the correct choice, you figure out how to compete without the cards. Hope that they're not 100% necessary. Like, the fact that we're at the point where the only selection box card that we're missing that is relevant right now is IDP is really nice. You know, the fact that everyone can now get both Crackdown and Compulse is really nice to finally have. No new decks in the tournament. We did, but they were earlier on. And most of them got the stuffings kicked out of them. If you type !! breakdown, you can see some of the decks that entered today that are new. Notable exceptions that we didn't see today, unfortunately, or in this tournament rather. We didn't see any Necros. We didn't see any Magistus with the new card. We did not see any Monarch. We did not see any Armed Dragon. We saw the new heroes. We saw Ursardic. We saw what else? We didn't see it, but we had a Crusadia, and we had some of the new water Deep Sea Diva stuff. That said, we are going to have a second tournament today at 12 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be another shot to see new decks in action. And then after this tournament here, we're going to do some ladder gameplay. I'm probably going to try and do Necros and Armed Dragon. All right, we're going to get the scoop there. Alrighty. Let's find another match. You want Marine Cess and Duel Links? I mean, it'll happen sooner rather than later. The question is will they be able to balance it? Because remember, it is a Towers Turbo deck. So can they actually? Will it even be that bad in Duel Links? Because if all they have to do is not have Crystal Heart, right? That's the one that makes it untargetable. There's a way you could bring it. Like if the deck just like loses to being like Compulse or Flip Down, then you could basically bring it at full power. Unaffected by card effects, right. Well, so keep in mind, Sean, wouldn't the downside be if you wanted to be able to use your Imperm, you could only ever have 2 materials attached? Because you'd have to leave 1 slot open for the wave. So you're never going to have more than two links attached to it. I don't know. I'm sure you could find a way to make that fair. I think a fair way to bring it is to put it to 1 with Battle Ocean. You play, well, you have to play Battle Ocean though, don't you? Isn't Battle Ocean what lets the deck actually turn on? Going for the Decode Talker. Symbol Skeleton. Into the Dingirsu. Dingirsu gets Senden. Horobane to keep us boosted and protected. White Princess get Reducin. Candina adding a copy of Festival. I love that. Can I just say, as much as people may find this toxic, I love that Trickstar can just bully, just absolutely bully Orcust like this. After seeing this, you're feeling like to get the Orcust stuff. I mean, if you can get the Orcust stuff for cheap, yeah, it's amazing. The question is that how long before they hit the deck again? But I think it's still perfectly safe and fine to get Orcust. Just be aware that after Worlds, they're probably gonna nerf this deck somehow again. We don't know how or why, but it is on the chopping block to get some kind of hit at some point. But the deck will probably remain playable regardless in some fashion. Hello, Pimp Jr. Oh, wrong button. I like that you say might, Sean.
Duel.
The World Tournament will be late. I believe it's like end of July. All right, 4 cards. And Dina, we're gonna get a little bit of burning going on here. Activate Raging Pendulum. 4 cards in hand to be able to keep ourselves alive here. Can only pen summon 3 though. Huh? Going for the Galatea. Into the Longirsu. So we're going to go for a full board clear here. It's going to come down to whether or not we have a white princess to keep us alive. We do. You play Marincess in the TCG Master Duel, and that's why you want them in Duel Links? I mean, sure, of course. They've literally got a skill as well. Okay, Dark Hole does nothing here. This functionally reads remove a material. Do we have a second Dark Hole? Bro! But wait. That actually isn't that good. Now we're just turning Dingirsu on. Unlucky. Real unlucky. Shouldn't you side these out for this matchup, I wonder? Yeah. I don't think there was anything you could functionally do there other than stall. Stall for one more turn. Yo, what up, Globe? NIF 7 right back at you.
Duel.
Any new decks still alive? Unfortunately, no. They all got cooked pretty early. Hello, by the way, Mako Pin. After today's tournament, we will be going on the ladder ourselves to see if we can make any of the decks cook. And then people will have another opportunity at 12 p.m. Eastern with our second tournament of the day. Did I do box opening already? Yes. The only thing I'm missing, functionally missing, is one copy of Ether. I have 2 of them. I managed to do it in only 2 boxes too. It was kind of crazy. Hitting a bluffed system down. I still think they should have gotten at least one of those, Sean. choose one and give it to him. Also, Sean, could you hit me up with the deck list you played today? If you could send it to me in DMs, I'd love to see what you went with. All right, wiping the field here. We're gonna set one, and that does just shut down our turn. Okay. Aaron lost in round one, Sammy. Domain would be toxic. I mean, what if I said I was okay with toxicity? Not going to be able to lethal here unless we have... Oh, we don't have Licorice. Oh, never mind. I shall sacrifice my Link, and you will die to toxic draw burn. We dead. All right, well done, Mayor. The skill for Supreme King, Ubel, and Primo give you a free allure when you lose 18. The reason they did that is because so specifically it had to be less than 2,000, because why would you just not use Destiny Draw then? But they didn't want it too low to make it easily accessible. I don't know. It's kind of weird. What's up, Johanny? We are in the top four. We got Sap Zoldyck versus Alia. Mako Pin, you did not just say that. You did not just say that in my chat. We do not talk about Ritual Beast here. So Ill Rain, the idea was to make it so that you couldn't flip down. my monster because I could negate it, but now we just yep dead. Why no tell you tournament? Twitch Pro Fure, what are you talking about? I whispered it in your ear. You just must have been asleep. Game number 1. Hello, Mikey. Quick reminder to everyone, do consider joining the Discord and signing up for today's second event. It will be held like 3 hours and 45 minutes from now. Oh, I love the artwork because, like, okay, I am a huge like mecha anime fan, and specifically stuff like Macross. And Ursardic literally looks like Macross. Makopin, you are... So it's at 12 p.m. Eastern. It's 8 p.m. Or sorry, it's at 12 p.m. Eastern. It is currently 8 a.m. Eastern, which means it's 3 hours and 45 minutes. Seems like it might be so, Twitch Pro Fure. But what are you gonna do? Happens. The only thing I would say to that is you just have to make the call of $10 single elimination or $50 Swiss. It's up to you. But considering that since they never cared about running it at my time, no offense, I don't care about their time. Hello, Foo 420. Any new box spice doing well? Not in today's tournament. Or not in this tournament specifically.
Duel.
Not drama, I'm just being real. All right, we're gonna go for the Evil Swarm Nightmare here. Set 2 and pass. The Mech Knights got him. I'll be honest though, part of the reason I also changed the time was because I was moving it to Thursday. I wanted to try and get at least a little bit out of the way of the AU weekly. Technically, we're still going to end up overlapping slightly, but I was hopeful that by moving it a little bit earlier, it wouldn't do as much disruption, because here's the thing. I'm big fans of the AU Weekly and a pilot, so I wanted to cause less disruption to them. They are good people. Timebreaker Magician able to break the Evil Swarm Nightmare lock. I knew, unfortunately, we would overlap a little bit, but I just really wanted to play with the new box available to people, and because I have I'm gonna have the time today. It's the best day I could do it. I do feel bad, but like I said, by moving it a couple hours earlier, hopefully we don't interfere as much. Alrighty, what else can we do here? So we have summoned the Timebreaker. We have yet to Pendulum Summon. We have the ability potentially to Pend 4 or Pend 3 for 4 total on the field. We're big thinking. Is Allure in Rockets a good idea? I mean, sure, why not? It doesn't hurt you that much. You're not playing a limit 1 otherwise. I'd say go for it. The only thing that's a little tricky about it, I suppose, is the fact that Rockets were playing 12 monsters a lot, at least in the bigger builds. But because of the limit 3 on silver, they've dropped silver down to 1, so the monster count has gone down. Well, keep in mind that Allure will banish. Unlucky. But I would say it's probably better in the bigger versions of Rockets, where you're also playing like a higher rocket count. Like run like if you're closer to like 12 rockets instead of like 10. I think if you're running 10 rockets, it could be problematic. Are we gonna crash here to get into Tracer? I was gonna say that seemed a little funky. Oh my god. No, yeah, boys. Please. I had that song stuck in my head forever when it originally came out. I do not need to do so again. Wait, why would you? Oh, it does. Okay, that's actually kind of smart. That means we can only pen 2 now instead of 3. That's pretty funny. Penned summon Jinzo. Attack 1. Attack 2. Lethal. Wow. Okay. That is a 2-0 victory for Alia.
Duel.
What did you miss, Sakadetsu? Not too much. It's been a pretty standard tournament so far. I only play Master Duel now when I play in anime decklist tournaments. Wait, are you talking about playing like themed tournaments? Dark Hole to wipe the field. What sort of themed tournaments are we talking about? Wait, are we... We had to wipe Princess the Scrap Recycler to stay alive. Hilarious. I do wonder how themed tournaments work in that situation. And we're just, yep, dead. Because, like, I will say one of the things that both Legacy duels, less so Legacy duels, they've been okay. Or rather, they've usually only had one truly problematic deck. But, like, the anthology tournaments in Master Duel, which are supposed to be anime themed, second White Princess, we survive. Well, so here's what I was gonna say about the Legacy. So far in the last 2 Legacies, the Legacy tournament, or the Legacy mode has been balanced except for one deck. It was Cyber Dark in the first one, and it was Destiny Hero in the second. Like, it was balanced otherwise. You're joking. Sure, pop off, King. Let's see if you can do it. Show me Licorice. You have Licorice, right? Nope. So close to the dream. Also, why would you go here? Can't Longearsu just send you if he wanted to? But like, I'll be honest, for example, in the anthology event, I really wanted to play one of my personal favorite anime decks of Lyrilisk. And do you want to know what Konami did to Lyrilisk in Master Duel in the anthology? Literally made it unplayable. Literally unplayable. Assembled Nightingale banned. What the hell does Lyrilisk do without Assembled Nightingale? That's literally their win con. You took their only win con away from them. That would be like Dark Magician. You get most of your cards. There's a couple limit ones. Also, Dark Magician banned. And you're like, homie, that's like my literal boss monster. What are you doing? I don't know. It was pretty frustrating. The only reason I can think of that they hit it is that they wanted to, because it's like a deck that a lot of people have that's relatively cheap to play, at least pure. I would love for them to bring Lyrilisk to Duel Links. I do acknowledge that like Assembled Nightingale will probably have to be like limit 1 or something, but like, come on, son. You're Assembled Nightingale is literally the card that you're like, no, that is a bridge too far. That is too powerful. That is a burge too far. I'm sorry, did I miss a good opportunity at a pun there, Soul Glow? But yes, we are in the territory of getting the bracelet, girls. So both Wind Witch and Lyrilisk in the near future. Hopium Copium. It's Lulu. Lulu is Lyrilisk. She is the Xyz Dimension Bracelet girl. Oh, don't get me wrong. Ensemble Robin's also would be nutty for Duel Links. That is not a great opener. You want Serena and Yuri next? Well, we're probably gonna get one of them next. We're pretty sure it's Serena in July. Is Leo Dancer coming? Could Leo Dancer come to the game? That's a good question. Is it too busted? Do we think there will be a mini box in July? Probably not. Cannot be targeted, cannot be destroyed by card effects. Counterpoint. ADP is a card. Dies to ding. Yes. I mean, you got to be careful with tower type monsters, but I don't know. Cannot be targeted and cannot be destroyed by card effects. I think it would be fine-ish if IDP was freely available and not still selection exclusive. I think is like the main, as long as like the main way to counter it for any deck uniquely, IDP is next box. Well, first of all, there's not going to be a next box next month, most likely. The next box is going to be in August, most likely. And also, there's no shot they put IDP in a mini box. If they did, that would be fantastic. In the anime, Yugo used Crystal against Leo Dancer. I do remember that scene. It was pretty good. We really had no counterplay here. Unlucky. Any new deck performing? We only had a handful in today's tournament, Mr. Clapper, and they did not exactly pop off too hard. All right, that is a 2-0 for Itachi. Or rather, Mostafa Kamel. Now, if we get if the structure deck is specifically themed for Luna Lights and makes them competitive again, that would be cool. We would like to see that. Are you saying it sucks because of what reason? Because it would be you would have to buy it, or sucks because of paywall? That's true. You'd be able to get one for sure because of gems. I guess it would come down to if like it's a situation where they gave us new cards like, I don't know, Tiger or something, Kaleidachik, etc. Like, I will never fight against the fact that I think structures should all be gems only. I understand why they don't, because because Duel Links came out before Master Duel and they could get away with it, but I do think that at this point, structures should be a way for people to get into your game cheaply. Structures do not need to be a way for you to make money. Your way to make money is everything else. Get people in the door with the structure decks. I mean, Whirl, you say that, but the hilarious thing is that people spend more money on Master Duel because they don't realize how much they're spending. Or they're like royal chasing and whatnot. If you watch people actually open up the selection packs and don't crap, like if you go for everything in Master Duel, you're paying just as much as Duel Links. It's just people, because there is an option to not do that for some people. I wouldn't say more, Naurus. I don't think it's more. I think it's like same ballpark, because like I think if I remember correctly, Farfa at one point looked at how much he had spent on the both games, and he had spent like $5,000 or $5,000 to $6,000 on Master Duel. And Duel Links was like in the same ballpark. But obviously, see, on the one hand, he doesn't play Duel Links as much. Well, if Farfa spent that much money, he had to be doing it on the side and not on the stream. I never saw Farfa spend that much money on stream. I think comparing to one streamer who primarily focuses on TCG wait, what are you talking about, Whirl? Maybe I'm just misunderstanding you. I mean, Naurus, a lot of us have that well, Whirl, out of curiosity, are you trying to get everything? Like literally every deck? Because if I'm not mistaken, Whirl, you tend to do the smart thing, which is have multiple accounts, correct? Alrighty, we are here in the grand finals. It is Alia versus Mostafa Kamel. Most people don't have the patience to do multiple accounts. You are incredibly smart with how you do it, and same with Nifroth. A lot of people, though, don't do it. Double Harp Horror in the graveyard. Yeah, no, it is my firm belief that players, if you are not a whale, if you do not whale, you should have a minimum 2 accounts. That part does suck, Excalibur, I agree. Getting Steam locked is the absolute worst. I can barely play 1 account. I mean, sure, but a lot of that can be mitigated by just like auto grinding. Like, realistically speaking, I mean, this is both a condemnation and a benefit to people. a lot of the events in Duel Links in the last little bit have been low effort ones that you can just basically auto duel them. I mean, that is a condemnation because people would like the return. Sorry, by the way, Mood Trapper, I did forget to shout you out. Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. I appreciate you. Guys, do check out my boy Mood. He does a lot of really cool videos. He's still putting out a ton of deck profiles and whatnot. Check out his YouTube. With my Allure bundle, I got Dystopia, Wonder Driver, both of the UR Armed Dragons, and other SRs. That's fantastic. What's the benefit of Apprentice over Machina in Orchest? You only need to discard... Well, actually, that's a good question. What is the benefit? So Machina... You can right, because Apprentice Illusion Magician is dark and Machina's earth. So if you get dark locked, you can still summon it out. Well, because like the funny thing about Steam locking and the reason they did it, like the vast majority of people play on phones and they don't lock you on phones. So it's like I kid you not, the player base on Steam is like 5 to 10% of the total player base at any one time. It's probably closer to like 5%. If you actually look at the numbers, it's like 5% of the people play on Steam. And you're telling me... You're telling me... Oh, we got to stop them. Well, no, I'm aware that it was like Sergeant Gecko. I've played since the beginning. I was part. I went through that transition. It's just hilarious to me that the. Shout out to the Ursardic players who decided not to enter today to give these meme decks a chance. Absolutely, man, sir. What is this about Steam? So, Cute Melons, if you have your account, like say you have your original account on your Steam profile, right? You know how you can log into a different account or log back into an account using the data transfer? If you data transfer a different account into your Steam profile, you become locked to that new one and can't go to any other profile ever again. So people would have like main account, side account, and they would log into the side when this change went through, or if they don't realize this is what it does, they'll log into side account, lose access to main account, or they can only play main account on like phones and stuff and such. So you have to, and then you can't even go back and like make a new account, like a new Steam account, and tie it to your old main account, because it's just like it can never be tied to a Steam account again. Imagine creating more than one Duel Links account. Well, what do you mean, M4? The idea would be, if you want to be as free to play as possible, you do it to have some decks on one account, some decks on another. People do the same thing with Master Duel. If you're basically trading time for money in that situation. Why Steam just BlueStacks? BlueStacks has performance issues on PC. Steam just operates at a better, overall, it's faster, cleaner. You have less hiccups. You're not going to randomly crash as much, etc. Hello, John Stranger. What's good, homie? Get sending. Free Mechs ban secret. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to that. What would that functionally do? Mechs would become a splash in every deck again. Any of the new decks entered? A couple of them. They didn't exactly perform hot. Here was the overall breakdown for today's event. We had one Ursardic, one water player with some new cards, a Salamangreat player playing the new skill. We had Crusadia with the new Regulix. We had Code Talker, I believe, with the new gadget. And we had hero players. I mean, overall, the breakdown is still fine. It's healthy. It's just it isn't really a lot of the new card or new decks performing quite yet. Hopefully, give it time. We will have another event later today, and after this finals finishes, we will be doing some ladder gameplay. So we're in for a while today if you guys want to continue to stick around, hang out, etc. Are we really getting Rush Duel in September? We do not know. The reason that it has been hinted at is that because there has been Rush Duel themed stuff going into the game files. However, it should be noted, and this is very important, it should be noted that game files from Master Duel also went into it. So it could be either that they're going to release another Rush Duel themed mobile game, which they technically already did, so that doesn't make as much sense. But they also, it could just be because they use the same code base basically for all their games. I'm sure you guys have run into this. If you've ever played Master Duel and gotten the no winner in 3 turns or whatever, that kind of error, that is a Duel Links error. The reason that it is in Master Duel is because they use the same code base. So one of two things: either some kind of Rush Duel in some way, shape, or form will come to Duel Links. We do not know if it would be like a new way to play, like it would literally just be. So there's a couple of theories basically. Theory number 1 is that you also cleared the board. Very nice. Theory number 1 is that basically, like, imagine going to ranked ladder and you choose to either play Rush Duels or Duel Links. It would basically just be another mode. You would obviously then have a different card pool. Like, we don't know how that would work. Would they be releasing boxes for one and the other in the game? Again, we don't know. Would it be something where they're going to release a Rush Duel themed world, but it won't actually be Rush Duel rules? It'll just be the Rush Duel characters imported into Duel Links, and then they would play like Duel Links but we would basically be playing Duel Links, but just have those characters. That could happen. Like, there's nothing that says that those characters can't just play regular ass stuff. We don't know, but it could be anything. And again, it could also be that they're putting it into the code base because they are going to have a Duel Links style app in the West, but for Rush Duel. Who knows? Like, anything Rush Duel is just kind of weird because, like, if I'm not mistaken, the Rush Duel as a game doesn't exactly have a huge pool of cards at the moment because it's still relatively ish new. So like it would be like, what if you released a Duel Links but it didn't have you only had like the first 4 years of cards. And that is a comeback lethal. Well done, Mustafa Kamel. What was the context? It's a bug. Well, there's a couple things about it. It is either a bug, which is what we're 90. So in Duel Links, right? There is a 50 turn limit. So if you get to turn 50, it'll say like, you know, draw, no winner in 50 turns. But every once in a while, if you got the bug, it would be like whatever the turn count was, because it's obviously referencing the turn count. It would be like no winner in 2 turns. And you'd be like, homie, I realize that we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, but like I need more than 2 turns to win the game. So Soul Glow, that was the rumor, is that people thought it might be that if you got reported for slow play, you would get some kind of like stacking bug or stacking thing that would be like you got less and less time to win the duel. The problem with that is I know many people and myself who would get that, and it's like, how I can't have possibly been reported that many times that it's like no winner in 3 turns. Like, come on, bro. I'm like, you reported me for slow play every day. Understandable. Realistically speaking, it was just a bug. It was just a bug. Maybe some people found a way to exploit it with like third-party programs or something, but it was a bug. And then, you know, again, because Duel Links and Master Duel used a lot of the same code base, Duel Links bugs would show up in Master Duel. Wish Duel Links got more polished. Homie, we're lucky it's as good as it is. I'm not saying it can't be better, but all things considered, it could be a lot worse. Honestly, at least we got auto and event gate plus the box chips. That's a start. I mean, yes, you are correct, Remy. That is a nice, like the auto duel in event gate is kind of hilarious. They had no reason to do that. Why'd they do that? I'm not going to complain, but why'd they do that? I don't even know why they're that worried about just letting you do it at the regular gate too. Like limit it like times per day. I'd be fine with that. If you like give us like 10 auto duels at the regular gate per day, whatever it is. I don't care. Just give people that. There's no reason not to. Because regular gate gives gems, then limit it. Limit it to 10 times per day or something. If the gems that people can get from 10 auto duels a day, then like, come on, homie. Bots would go crazy with that. Technically, bots can go crazy with the event one. Alrighty. We got Abyss Dweller into Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon Pass. Good luck, gamer. And also, didn't they technically solve the bot problem in Master Duel by just giving like diminishing returns? Like at a certain point you can, what was it, like you could only get like a certain amount of gems per day in Master Duel. Didn't they make that change pretty early on? I can't remember what the, yeah, limiting the daily gems. Do the same thing here. Can you use your 2 tour guides of the underworld in the tournament? No. We did not allow that. We specifically told people you can't do that. And that is because Konami said they're going to remove them. I want to be able to submit all your guys' deck lists to DLM. If you sent me a deck list with like, should have allowed that for fun. I mean, maybe, but I would also not be able to submit your deck to DLM if I did that. Desmume, yes. Konami has said that they're going to quote unquote remove the cards and refund people a gem balance. Get flipping. No, it'll probably be the cost of the bundle. We're gonna go ahead and crash here. And because we have the Harp Horror with the Babble, we actually can now use the effect. The issue is they're just gonna write the 17 packs off, Gecko. What about the people that spent money on the bundles? Again, so what the way it's gonna work is, most likely, don't quote me, but I'm like 90% sure, is that if you spent money on the bundle, you will get to keep the packs, the cards will be taken from you, and the 950 gem cost will be given back to you. So basically you paid $5.99 for 17 packs and 950 gems. And yes, that is also true, Gian. Currently, you can buy a second copy of the gems, or of the structure decks with gems. Activating system down here. Oh, we just have everything. Okay, maybe we don't. It all comes down to this draw. Show us scrap recycler. And Alia will get the win, meaning we will go on to a game number 3. Hello, Con. Any new decks performed well today? We only had a small handful enter. You can check the breakdown to see. The only ones that performed even slightly well so far were the Destiny Hero, and even then, meh. But I don't think the builds were very good, if I'm being honest. Not to be critical, but I just don't think that they're playing it correctly. We did not have anybody enter with Necroz, so we don't know how Necroz is doing yet. We are going to try playing it on the ladder here after the tournament, though. The Ursardic player got a win. That's something. Crusadia looks decent. So Remy, I will say that just theory crafting Ursardic, it does not seem like it plays well into the current meta, is the problem. Keep in mind that like Speedroid just like hard counters you, and it's arguably the best deck of the format right now. So that really hurts. You're gonna try out Magistus. If Magistus was like, it gave the monsters quick effects, it would be one thing, but the fact that they're not quick effects, it just makes it so awkward. All right, so we are going for the Beatrice here. We did not have access to a level. Oh, we're gonna go for the Orcus line. All I will say, Remy, is don't spend your gems carelessly. Wait to see if anybody, like, if for example, if nobody can even cog with Ursardic, like, at least wait for somebody to get King of Games so you can judge it, right? Like, do not go in on it, like, now. Unless you're a whale, just wait. Have a little bit of patience. Any armed dragons? Not today. One guy already cogged. Are you serious? Okay, let's go take a look. Were they sitting on like Legend 5 and 4 wins? All right. Show me your one Ursardic. Ah, we're playing the trap. Interesting. I don't want to be not. I was only half joking about that, Hooster. Cosmic Cyclone. This is your last opportunity. We're running 1 copy of Departure, 2 Radiation, 2 Slider, 1 Chart. Why would you play the trap though? The trap is bad, right? Nova Mortis, good morning to you as well, my friend. Thank you so much for the resubscription. I appreciate you greatly. I saw you theory crafting the armed dragons. Do you actually plan on going in for them, Novo? Oh no, did we get hit with Adges? Oh, I messed up. Any new decks top? No. Necros did not enter in this tournament, Lamore. Hopefully they will in the next one today. That said, we will be playing Necros in the ladder after this event. Yeah, Ilrain, that is part of it. The like 12-hour maintenance sort of like ruined that. We thought people were gonna have like a full evening to cook, and instead they had like a couple hours. That was... I said this at the beginning of the stream, so some people may have missed this. I literally set my alarm multiple times to be able to wake up, go for the box, and get in some gameplay then instead of doing it now. I was going to basically do it last night and get a stream in because I missed, because we didn't have the Wednesday tournament. I still wanted to have a stream, but then they just kept delaying it. I was like, come on, what's going on? There's our copy of Babel. So we're going to have Symbol Skeleton available on the next turn. Yeah, I literally just kept going to bed. Wake up, check the alarm, see that it's still Darth DB. Thank you so much for the follow. Saw that it was still down and delayed. Went right back to bed. It was all right though. Got my eye on any games going into the Steam summer sale. Oh, is that actually up right now? Oh, must be soon. I mean, I got a wish list. I don't know if there's anything on there that I would like immediately jump out at. Like, there's a lot of games that are on mine that because they don't end up getting, like, basically they're on my list, but they need to be cheaper than they've been going for. Like, I want to get that Secret of Mana remake they did like a couple years ago, but they never do more than 50% off, and I'm not going to buy it for that price. If it hits like 70%, 75% off, I might do it. Mm-hmm. And summon 1 and 2. Apparently it's going to be the biggest Steam sale ever. In what context? One potential disruption so far, whatever that back row is. The most shovelware games on sale. I actually have purchased more games recently at quote unquote full price than I have in quite a while. I picked up the Etrian Odyssey bundle, for example, which was pretty overpriced in my opinion. But unfortunately, I'm at a point where if Atlas puts a game on PC, because I want those stupid fricks to just release everything on PC, I'm just like, I'll buy whatever they put on PC. Like, should I do that? Probably not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the Etrian Odyssey games, but they were not worth the price that they were charging. But we're getting Persona 3 Remake, which I'm down for, and it should be released day and date on PC. Friggin' finally. Attack number 1. Protect. I would be more willing to be down with Nintendo if they didn't like. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. The Switch is a piece of garbage hardware, and I hate having to ever play on it. It's like playing on a tablet from like 2010. Anyone playing the new stuff? We had a couple early on, but they all got beat up pretty quickly. Expect more in future tournaments, including the next one that we're going to be hosting today. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to hate, by the way. Like, what they've managed to do with that hardware is pretty incredible. But imagine if you took how good they are and give them good hardware. I'm just saying. Going for the Galatea here. We're going to be able to bring back the ding if we want to. I mean, here's the thing about anything pro. You can't release something pro, not really. It can't actually be better because the problem is that they're going to release the game still able to play on the old hardware. I understand that they did that, but do you want to know the number of games that actually was better on the DS, or you know, like the pro version of the DS or whatever, or the new 3DS or whatever the hell it was called? There were hardly any. So you were essentially paying for like nothing. And those games still had to be able to put, like, almost all of them could either, like, okay, let me take that back. There were only a very small handful of games that couldn't also be played on the old stuff, which meant that it was still compromised. Anybody who wants a pro wants like functionality that actually makes it worthwhile, not like, oh, we up-resed it from like 480 to you know 640. It's like, homie, they still both look bad. It doesn't matter. Like, why am I paying for this? Moment of truth. This turn should determine the direction of the duel. Oh, but we do have ding available to us. Pretty sure things are looking grim for Alia here. Hello, G baby. And Cosmic Cyclone will seal the deal. Wisdom Eye Magician will no longer be able to activate. Oh, wait, did I speak too soon? Hold. just joined, what spice do we have? Well, we are in the finals of the tournament. No spice here to be found. That said, we will be hosting another event later today. It'll be the full Duel Links Grand Prix. You can join by joining the Discord, signing up in the Swiss channel. Between then and now, we will be doing some ladder gameplay once today's first tournament ends. No targets left in deck for the Harp Horror. Or rather, we just don't have something to go into. We don't do top 32 command for this, Lord Oven. And with that, Mostafa Kamel will win in game number 3, securing his victory. Well done. Congratulations to you as well, Alia. Let's go ahead and bring up some of the decks. You want to see the winner's deck list? It happens, Alia. Don't worry about it. All right, here are your winners deck lists today. We've got a Pure Orchist and a Raging Pendulum Orchist. Looking pretty standard. We've got the Beatrice, the 2 copies of Pendulum Call here. We are running 3. We're actually running a bit heavier on the Raging Orchis part of it. A lot of times they slim this down. Running Pure over here. Double Lance, double Chalice, double Book, double Return. And then Cosmics in the side deck. Very nice. We have Sap Zoldyck on Rockets. We were running our 1 and 3. Or sorry, 1 and 2 on our limit 3s. Mayor running triple Dark Hole. Double Crackdown, double IDP. Very nice. Has the ability to switch out into a full back row deck if you, or essentially a full back row deck if he wants to. Very smart. I like that. Gozu DQing. Easy. Aizawa. Similar list. Double Licorice instead of 1. Bixie on Rockets as well, running the 1 Allure of Darkness. Well, there's a version of Allure for you, Ilrain. Another copy of Raging Pendulum. Smile Bomb. There is Jaden on a clock tower version of Hero, so this is not the new skill, but we are playing the Dystopia and the Wonder Driver. Here was Hit on his version of Ursardic. Never saw his radiation. Never saw Tenki's kind of interesting. Is that really worthwhile? I guess to search. Wait, does Tenki even work here? Isn't it level 4 and below? Am I misremembering? So add 1 level 4 or below Beast Warrior. Huh? So no wonder my guy didn't do great. He probably had bricks in hand. Oh no. Oh no. Here is Dwan on the new salad skill. I really like that they did this, by the way. So you get a cop by giving up 1 slot for a Heatleo, and then you can play 1 less of the Sunlight. You get a Heatleo and a Sunlight added to your extra deck, so you have 10 spots, which is really nice, and you get Ties That Bind. I really like this. Right, but you still get the Ties That Bind, which is the important part. Mako trying out some of the new Deep Sea Diva stuff. We're running a copy of the repertoire. We're running some of the new Deep Seas. No frogs, no win. Come on. Who else was playing something new? I think Master G was on a new version of... Yeah, here's a Destiny Effect version. So it looks like we were trying to go for the rank or the Beatrice play. We're running the Dark Angel. So we did watch some, like Trickstar was just able to combat Trick over him, so is what it is, I suppose. Here was Barox playing a pretty much traditional version. This is like old school, basically. So we were going for mask change on our maliciouses and whatnot. I think this is probably not the way to play it. It's going to be more like how Master G was trying to do it. Shu on Crusadia. Not playing Crusadia Power. I'm not sure about that one, Chief. Yeah, where's the Crusadia Power? Alrighty, and that will wrap up the tournament portion of today's, or the first tournament for today's event. We're going to go ahead and end the recording here. See you guys later.